Hello everyone, AnEvilSnowman here, bringing another guide to Dota 2, this time covering Abaddon. Remember, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave us a little comment letting us know. Death Coil is a targeted ability that will either damage an enemy unit or heal a friendly unit for 250, at the cost of 125 of Abaddon's own health. The damage to Abaddon is dealt as pure damage, and can be used to deny himself, and burst his own aphotic shield. Death Coil costs 75 mana with a 5-second cooldown. Aphotic Shield will create a shield around a target unit that absorbs 200 damage. After the shield absorbs 200 damage or it exceeds its 15-second duration, the shield will burst and deal the damage it absorbed in an AoE around the affected unit. Aphotic Shield removes certain debuffs, costs 115 mana with a 6-second cooldown. Curse of Avernus is a passive ability that applies a debuff to units that Abaddon attacks, slowing their attack and movement speed by 20% for 2.5 seconds. Additionally, any unit who attacks those under the effect of this debuff will receive a buff that increases their attack speed by 40% and the move speed by 15% for 4.5 seconds. The curse will be placed on Abaddon's target before his attack lands, so you will get the bonus from his first attack. Borrowed Time is an active ability that will remove certain debuffs and make damage you take heal you instead of dealing damage. The ability, when not on cooldown, will activate on its own if you take damage that drops you below 400 HP, but you can activate it manually. The effects of Borrowed Time will last 5 seconds and has a cooldown of 40 seconds. The duration increases to 7 seconds with an Aghanim Scepter. It is interesting to note that if Abaddon has Aphotic Shield in him, it will not burst if Abaddon is currently under the effect of Borrowed Time. Aphotic Shield is maxed first, as it allows you and whoever you're laning with to be a little bit more tanky early on, as well as allowing them to nuke down enemies with AoE and gives you good pushing potential. This is why we take it at level 1, 3, 5 and 7. Death Coil is maxed next, as it gives you the option to heal when required and allows for more harass on your opponents. Take it at level 2, 4, 8 and 9. Frost Sword is a great ability, but unfortunately it does require you to get into melee range. This is why we max it last, taking it at levels 10, 12, 13 and 14. Borrowed Time is a fantastic ultimate and will save you more often than you would think. Take it whenever it's available at 6, 11 and 16. As usual, stats at level 15 and from 17 onwards. In pubs, Abaddon is normally seen as a carry, but this will allow you to surprise the enemy by building support, kind of. Starting out, get 3 Iron Branches, wards, a clarity, buy and open your courier, and then get a set of tangos for your last slot. Grab your boots and a magic wand using the courier after a little farming, and then upgrade your boots into power treads, buying the belt of strength first as it gives you more health. You want to keep wards up constantly for your team. Building towards a Yule Scepter will give you the mana and the regen to spam your abilities. The active and the move speed will also help you chase down enemies. This, coupled with your Frost Sword, will mean that no one will ever get away from you. The active will also help you escape from any sticky situations you might find yourself in. The next item we get is of Lads. This will provide an aura for your whole team, and since you're holding it, it'll leave a slot free in your carry that they want you to use up, because they're really the one who's going to get the most benefit from this item. Additionally, it'll allow you to jungle when you're not doing too much, allowing you to get a little bit more farm and get up your last item slot. For your last item, you have a few choices: an Aghanim Scepter, a Heart of Teresk, or a Scythe of Ice. Aghanims will round off your stats quite nicely and increase your ult's duration. Heart will give you a huge health boost, allowing you to spam your Death Coil. Because of the passive regen, you won't need to worry too much about being low when you're initiating into a fight after this. And Scythe of Ice will give you a great disable, as well as some additional mana regen and mana pool to help you spam your abilities. Death Coil and Aphotic Shield can be a powerful combo, as the damage you take from Death Coil can be used to burst the shield. So if you can position yourself close enough to the target, they will take the damage from the Death Coil and the burst AoE from the shield. This equates to around 450 damage as a nuke on a support. This is huge. Another thing to take into consideration is when you have borrowed time up, the damage you take from Death Coil will also heal you. Early game you'll want to be in a lane with a carry and try and harass the enemy as much as possible while keeping your carry alive. Your shield is fantastic for dual melee versus dual range lanes, as you can cast it on the carry, allowing them to get close enough for the creeps to get last hits, and also harass the enemy. If they're hitting you, you can always run towards them. This will get rid of them pretty quick, as they don't want to take the damage from the burst. After the burst however, your partner will be taking damage, but again, you can always heal them up with Death Coil. In the mid game, keep close to your team. Your job is to keep them alive as much as possible. Your shield and Death Coil should always have priority on your teammates instead of yourself. Watch how much you're Death Coiling as well, as this will quickly eat through your health and you don't want to trigger your ult for no reason. The late game is pretty much the same as the mid game. Teamfights as much as possible and keep your team alive. One last interesting thing about your ultimate that you might want to consider is that if you have your ultimate off cooldown and tower dive someone, the damage from the tower, or in any case the fountain, will also trigger borrowed time. So if you're low on health, running into the fountain will actually heal you, provided that you have borrowed time off cooldown. This leads to some silly games, especially if you can get yourself a force staff, running behind the enemy and force staff them out of their fountain.
Thanks very much for watching this guide. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe, like and favourite down below, and comment on anything you think I should change, or perhaps might be of use to anyone else watching this guide. I'm AnEvilSnowman, and I'll see you in the next video.